TikTok CEO in the hot seat on Capitol Hill today. Show 2 speaking to lawmakers, pleading his case for why the popular app should not be banned in the U.S. Joining me to further discuss this is the founder of Reach Out Technology, Rick Jordan. Rick, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me. Interesting day today, wasn't it? Yeah,
to say the least. You know, Rick, it seems that TikTok CEO was unable to convince lawmakers to abandon this idea of banning the popular app.
Yeah, they have a very tarnished record, right? Because we look at even when India tried to ban this, actually they did ban TikTok in 2020. And still after that point, I mean, they saw Instagram take through the roof, right? Because there wasn't any real competition. But still to this day, ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, still has access to Indian users' data, their search history, their personal information, all of that. And I mean, even TikTok's been caught recently in the U.S. spying on U.S. journalists. They don't have a real good track record.
What do you think is going to happen here?
It's an interesting scenario because we're talking about global economics with tense relationships with the country, with China. And even though they've tried to smooth some things over by moving U.S. data here to the U.S., they did that a couple of years ago as sort of a compromise rather than being sold to a company in the United States. Oracle, which is a U.S.-based company, has most of the data here now, but still we've seen that that data can be given to Chinese law enforcement at any specific time. So we need a strong move here from the government to try to do what they need. And hopefully this new act that's been passed, at least presented to Congress right now, to where we can restrict some of these things that pose a threat to our national security.
You know, it's very rare that we hear from TikTok CEO Chu, and here he is, you know, testifying before lawmakers. This app is one of the most popular apps across the globe. How does that play into moving forward with a possible ban? Is that something that could realistically come to fruition?
I would think so. We've seen, like I mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, India's already done it. They kind of set the stage for this, showing that it can happen. And I do believe that that's a good move for the United States, especially with the current tense relationships. And we can see companies, I mean, even though Facebook, Google, they have our data, they're at least US based. You know, that's the big difference here. The ByteDance is based in Chicago. Sorry, Chicago, China. Oh my gosh, I'm in Chicago. Look at this, right? They've even got the algorithms messing with my brain today. But that's one of the differences, right? Is that we know it's like the devil you know when it comes to Facebook and Meta. This is the devil that we really don't know when it comes to TikTok. And we've seen a really bad scenario so far with data sharing. And even though the CEO of TikTok says, hey, we won't share your data, under Chinese law, that's impossible. If Chinese law enforcement, which is the Chinese Communist Party, comes knocking on the door, they have to share U.S.-based data.
So, listen, even though Chu was grilled by lawmakers, do you get the sense that Washington has already made up its mind concerning this TikTok ban?
I don't know. I mean, it kind of goes one way or the other, for real, because there's a lot of presence that we have in China as far as manufacturing goes. There's a lot that we're still dependent on China when it comes to that. I mean, even right, the devices that TikTok lives on, like our iPhone right here, there's still a lot, most of the iPhones, if not all of them, are still made in China. They're assembled in China. I know there's moves by Apple to move that out at this point. That's the problem. What kind of waves will this send, and how would this actually hurt the U.S. economy by banning this app? What sort of repercussions might we see from the Chinese government regarding things that we use every single day here in the United States?
You know, you bring up an interesting point about repercussions, and influencers or TikTok influencers are taking to the streets protesting outside while these hearings are happening inside. What type of leverage or impact could they have?
I think we'll see just a little bit. I don't think we're going to see much as far as the leverage goes with influencers, because there's still other platforms, right? And Instagram's been a copycat for years. You know, they've been kind of taking a back seat to this a little bit, and the reason they were just slow to the party. TikTok is the one that made Reels popular. They made short-form video popular. Now YouTube is even following suit. There's other platforms that they can go to, and we see things like Instagram trying to lure influencers that are already super widely popular on TikTok to make some money on Instagram. If we follow suit like India, those applications are going to blow up even more than what they have right now and allow influencers a good path to move over and monetize on a different platform.
But we'll definitely be watching. Rich Jordan, founder of Reach Out Technology, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.